Hello and welcome back to the channel. I know I've been away for quite a while now. Well, there's a bit of a story behind it. But the workshop is now finished. I'll show you a little film of the final stages of it in a minute. But I just wanted to say thank you really to everyone that's been reaching out to me and asking me how I am or wondering where I've got to. It's really kind of you. I mean, that's what I really like about our, you know, the terrain building groups and soldier groups. They all seem so friendly, and it has been really nice. I know some of you are aware that I have a small brain tumour, but it's nothing serious. I don't want to shock anybody or anything. Some of you don't know, but basically, I was having a lot of headaches when I first did the move, and I just didn't feel myself. But that said, this brain tumour, because I think I need to explain because people have obviously been mentioning it. It's not a serious type. It's not malignant. Apparently, they're fairly common. I actually had a bit of luck really with mine because, well, long story short, but I fell over and cracked my head open, had an X-ray, and that's how they actually found it. But basically, what I have to do is have MRIs on a like half yearly or yearly basis sometimes, just to see how it's developing, because it's very slow growing, and basically the score is if ever it starts to be a bigger problem or it starts growing, then they'd have to take it out. But as they've explained it to me at the minute, basically, it'd be more dangerous to take it out than any benefit I might get. That said, one of the things that has kind of stopped me doing normal jobs and things is it's affected my balance. It's actually against the eye somewhere, but no one has actually been able to tell me why it's having that effect. I've had various support, to get my balance right and my walking right because I started veering off in one direction. The only other ill effect that I have is, balance issues, concentration. You can probably see that in that last bit. But apart from that, it's fine. So, it ain't nothing for anyone to worry about. Chances are it's so slow growing, I'll probably have left this mortal coil before it does any real damage. Well, fingers crossed anyway. But the other thing that's kept me off the channel is I then, having had COVID jabs and flu jabs because of this, I then went on to develop like a 3 or 4 week flu, which I'm still getting over. I don't know whether you can hear it slightly in my throat. But anyway, all of that aside, I'm fine. I'm on the mend. I'm going to put this little video out now to show you where I'm at with things, and also show you a new games mat that I've ordered. And hopefully, in the next few weeks, I'll be back on course and, looking at working my way through some of this mountain of opportunity over there. So it should be more normal after that. Anyway, a big thank you to everybody. Thanks for the support. Thanks for all the, get well comments that I've been receiving and things like that. It's brilliant. I said right from the offset that, I'm no YouTuber, but I do enjoy your company, and it's nice working with people of a similar mindset. So, yeah, thanks a lot. And who'd have thought it? 100 videos. It must be a significant number because I'm in front of the camera, and I'm not really camera material, if you know what I mean. So it's not something I'm going to be doing very much of in the near future. It'll go back to the voice off camera, I'm afraid. But for this one occasion, I just wanted to say a big thank you to everybody. Right, enough of all that now. What I'll do first is I'll show you around the new workshop, and then I'll have a look at this new battle mat that I've purchased. Right, back in a minute. So here's the business end, where I'm actually going to be doing my work. As you can see, I've got it, fairly tightly packed in around me. That's all my drawers of little bits and bobs. Another box of bits and bobs, some wire, all my paints, some cork and the spray tins, and then underneath here, you can't see it very well, is all manner of other paints and some plaster of Paris and various things, resin, whatever. And then some tools set out in these drawers. Another set of drawers for my regular brushes and tools that I use on an everyday basis. This is just my first layout really. No doubt I'll adapt it as I go along. But you can see the general layout that I've got. Then there's another one of them cupboards there which I've got all my static grass and phlox and stones and all manner of other, materials for making terrain. And then this little green trolley here is something my daughter gave me that she used to use. And I've just put some of my regular, things that I reach for every day, like my glues and stuff like that, Mod Podge, and some filler down there as well. This one I've got some of my other materials stored in. And then below this final cabinet, that box, it's been a useful exercise moving. I've come across all of the things that I've got, we all have a bit of a stockpile of things that we ain't quite got to yet. Well, that's full of all manner of things that I've had for various Christmases over the years that I've not got to. And birthday presents, there's buildings, there's all that train stuff that I'm looking forward to building. I think there's a box of American soldiers in there to be built up and painted. All sorts really. And then the next one down's just got some MDF and some horsehair material. And then the final one has got what's left of all the figures that I've built in the past, for that I can use to do a bit of kit bashing. I may move this over time, may move it into the spare bedroom, but for now, this is my first setup. And I've got all my blue foam and the foam that's left over from the build of this workshop is all just sat in the spare bedroom in boxes, ready to be used. Right, let's take a look at the other end. Right, so this is the more spacious end of my new workshop. And as you can see, I've mounted the display units on the wall with the with my soldier collection in it. There's a little heater here, but to be fair, it doesn't really get that cold in here. I've not got it on today. And where are we? Well, we're nearly towards December now, so it's not too bad, but it does take the edge off. I leave it on a standby thing so it stops it from dropping below temperature at night, because I don't want it damaging anything. And then over here, this cabinet that you can see, this tall double one, is one that my children and my sister gave me the money for my birthday. And that's, it's made a big difference, because the original big cupboard that I had with me, I just couldn't fit it in the bungalow, so I needed something a bit more slimline, and that's ideal. And this little one next to it was a bargain, actually. I picked that up on Facebook Marketplace, and it was only, what did I pay for it? £15. It was black, but I've just painted it white, and it looks the part. And basically that's allowed me to put all my buildings on show, so I can pick out the ones that I want. Now obviously I couldn't get everything in there, so I've got this little cupboard here, and in this one I keep boxed up things like you know, the smaller builds that I've made, you know, like some of the animal pens and the dovecote and things like that are in there, as well as my wire cutter. But unfortunately I couldn't get everything in there, so I've got all my fields in this box, some winter trees in that one, most of my green trees in that one, and then a bit of a mismatch in this one. I will be going through some of my stuff eventually and thinning out some of the older stuff or things that have been broken or that I'm not happy with anymore. And I could probably condense this a bit more to make room for some new parts. It's given me plenty of room for when I want to set a table up. It wouldn't be ideal to leave it up permanently because it would be a bit of a tight fit. And one small concession for having this workshop is in the far corner there I'm going to have a little pull-out sofa. It's a double one. That way, you know, if ever the kids come up with their partners and that, there'll be another room for them to stay in, as well as the spare room in the bungalow. And when it's not in use, it'll be a nice place to be able to sit and have a look at some of my books or plan things out. So, right, I'll see you in a minute. Right, so I've set my two 6-foot trestle tables up, and this is what's going to constitute, you know, my battle table whenever I want to play. I've got to keep it small. There's no good me having a permanent table. It'd take up all the space that I've got. And the beauty of these is they can be collapsed down. And as you've probably seen in previous videos, I've got a selection of like mouse mat type battle mats, which I really like. But I've always had a hankering for one of these. And let me get it opened up and I'll show you what it is. Right, so what this is, it's a fleece mat from Geek Villain Limited. Now, as I say, I've had mouse mats before, but I've always wanted one of these. I mean, it's a bit of a throwback for me because when I was young, me and my brother, I'm talking back in the 60s and 70s here now, we used to use an old Subbuteo pitch and put it over books and set soldiers up on that, and you know, many an happy hour we had. But nostalgia aside, I like the idea of having the contours, and because I can't have a permanent table set up, I thought it'd be nice to have a mat that I can use to build hills and things underneath by, you know, putting foam hills under it. So I've been saving this for when I felt better to share with you, but I'm kind of excited to see it myself. Let's get it open. So it comes in a bag. Should be good for storing it. Let's open it up. Get it out. I will spread it out for you so you can see it properly. But just for now, let's just have a look at the quality of it. It's very soft, some lovely detail, and that's nice to see. It's been, you know, edged really well, so you know there's not going to be any fraying going on, and it gives it a nice weighted edge as well. Let me spread it out and then we can see some more details. Well, as you can see, it's got some lovely detail. It's a nice soft feel to it as well, and it falls really flat. I mean, this has been, you know, in its package now for at least a couple of weeks, folded up, and you can see it's not left any noticeable marks, and it lays really flat. Let me close in on some more of the detail for you. My light in here is not really showing this off to its best advantage, but it's got a really good textured and randomised feel to it. I haven't actually made any hills, obviously, because I've not had time yet, but I'll just put something underneath it to show you. Let's take that back a bit. You see how you could have a... Obviously it's not ideal because it's just a box that I've put under there, but if it was a sloping hill, you know, and it smooths out really good around it, it makes for a really natural looking battlefield. You know, I mean, I'm pleased with my mouse mat ones, but I do like the flexibility that this is going to give a little bit of you know, height and depth to the battlefield. You know, it's kind of down to your imagination. You know, you could put all kinds of hills, you could have a valley or whatever on it. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. And it's actually, I mean, these tables are a bit big really, but it's all I've got. But if you've got a 6x4 battle table, there's enough of this to actually hang over the edge. So even with, you know, some gentle slopes underneath it, it'll still hang on your table right, which is, well, it's all you could wish for really, especially if you're like me and you can only have temporary tables. And the beauty of it is it packs down to nothing. You know, you just stuff it in your bag with your soldiers and whatever, and away you go. And, you know, wherever you go, you've got a battlefield. And once you've started laying some terrain and things on that, you can imagine how it'll start to look. I mean, I'll get something of mine out of the cupboard. Just bear with me a second. Just need a standard one out. I mean, look how well that blends in. I haven't got everything out at the minute, like my roads and things, but you can see you've instantly got a believable battlefield. You know, with your roads running in between as well. And then hills for eye points where you could have your woods. It just gives you a lot more to go at, you know, for the way you want to play the game. So, overall, I'd highly recommend these Geek maps. I mean, the detail is really good. And its flexibility is, well, it's spot on. It's ideal for me. And as I've said before, you know, I've got the mouse mat ones and I still like them. But they are not the lightest thing in the world to be carrying around. this certainly gives you that added flexibility. So anyway, you'll see more of this in coming videos hopefully, but I just thought I'd share it with you because it is something that I've been looking forward to getting. And it was a good price really, at £60. I think that's pretty fair. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now, and what I'll do is I'm going to leave with some photographs of the final part of the workshop coming together. Anyway, thanks again for sticking with me, and hopefully I'll be back making my normal videos in the next coming weeks. And in the meanwhile, if you've enjoyed this video and some of the past ones, you know, if you want to consider subscribing, that'd be nice. And again, you know, I'd welcome any comments. So if you've got any questions or ideas for what you'd like to see me build, just drop them below. And in the meantime, I'll sign off for now, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.